When the active shooter alarm sounded across Northwestern University campus, 847 students were running in panic. Police hadn't arrived yet. Security was overwhelmed. That's when 23-year-old psychology student Maya Rodriguez stood up and began organizing the 32 students in her classroom. Her movements, the terminology she used, her tactics, these weren't things any normal student would know. Maya Rodriguez was in her third year at Northwestern University, majoring in psychology with a 3.9 GPA. At 23, she was older than most of her classmates, but she explained that as taking gap years to figure things out. She lived in a small apartment off campus, worked part-time at the campus bookstore, and kept to herself. Maya's really focused, said her roommate Jessica Chen. She studies constantly, doesn't party much, very responsible. Sometimes I think she's more mature than our professors. Maya's daily routine was predictable: morning classes, afternoon shifts at the bookstore, evening study sessions at the library. She had a few acquaintances but no close friends. When asked about her background, she'd say she was from a small town in Colorado and wanted to become a therapist. Her professors appreciated her work ethic and analytical mind. Dr. Sarah Williams, who taught criminal psychology, often called on Maya for insights. Maya has an unusual understanding of criminal behavior patterns, Dr. Williams noted. Her papers on threat assessment are graduate-level work, very impressive for an undergraduate. What Dr. Williams didn't know was why Maya's understanding was so sophisticated. Maya wasn't just studying criminal psychology, she had been trained in it at the highest level. Maya Rodriguez wasn't her real name. She was actually Agent Maya Cross, and her story was unlike any other FBI recruit in bureau history. At 16, Maya had been a witness to a domestic terrorism attack in Denver. Her quick thinking and detailed observations had helped FBI agents catch the perpetrators. Special Agent Robert Martinez, impressed by her natural analytical abilities, had recommended her for early recruitment. At 18, Maya became the youngest person ever accepted into the FBI Academy at Quantico. Her psychological profile was extraordinary: 156 IQ, perfect memory recall, natural leadership abilities, and an uncanny skill for reading people and situations. For 2 years, Maya excelled in every aspect of training: firearms, tactical response, criminal psychology, hostage negotiation, and threat assessment. She was on track to become the Bureau's youngest special agent. But in her final semester at Quantico, tragedy struck. Maya's parents and younger brother were killed in a car accident. The grief and trauma overwhelmed her. She requested immediate withdrawal from the program and disappeared into civilian life. The FBI granted her request with the understanding that her training would remain classified. Maya Rodriguez, the college student, was born from the ashes of Agent Maya Cross's federal career. For 3 years she had successfully buried her training beneath textbooks and normal student life. But training like hers doesn't disappear, it waits. Tuesday afternoon, Maya was in Dr. Williams's criminal psychology class, discussing threat assessment protocols. 32 students were present in Lecture Hall B, a large room on the second floor of the Social Sciences building. At 2:47 p.m., the campus emergency alert system activated. Emergency alert: active shooter on campus. Lockdown immediately. Evoid South Quad area. The classroom erupted in chaos. Students screamed, grabbed their phones and rushed toward the door. Dr. Williams tried to maintain control, but panic was spreading fast. Maya's FBI training activated instantly. Her mind processed the situation with tactical precision. Second floor location, single exit, 32 civilians, unknown threat proximity, inadequate lockdown procedures. Everyone stop, Maya commanded, her voice carrying an authority that made the entire class freeze. The transformation was immediate. Gone was the quiet psychology student. Agent Maya Cross had returned. Dr. Williams locked the door and turned off the lights. Maya instructed, everyone away from the windows, move to the far corner. Now. Students stared at her in shock, but something in her tone made them obey immediately. Maya moved with purpose and precision that stunned everyone watching. She positioned herself near the door, listening for threats in the hallway. Her movements were calculated, professional, completely unlike any college student they'd ever seen. Maya, what are you doing? Jessica whispered, terrified. Keeping everyone alive, Maya replied, scanning the room tactically. Dr. Williams, do you have emergency communication with campus security? My office phone, but use it. Tell them lecture hall B is secure with 32 students. Request immediate tactical update on shooter location. Dr. Williams stared at Maya. How do you know this protocol? Maya ignored the question and addressed the class. Listen carefully. We're going to barricade this door using desks. Michael and Jason move that table. Sarah and Emma help me position these chairs. Her calm authority in the face of terror was mesmerizing. Students who had been panicking moments before now worked efficiently under her direction. Maya, Dr. Williams said quietly, you're talking like law enforcement. What aren't you telling us? As Maya coordinated the classroom's defense, her knowledge became impossible to hide. She knew tactical positioning, threat assessment, and emergency protocols with expert precision. Active shooters typically move through buildings systematically, she explained while reinforcing the door. They avoid barricaded rooms and seek easier targets. Our goal is to make this room unappealing and secure. Student David Park, a criminal justice major, watched in amazement. Maya, where did you learn this stuff? Everyone has different backgrounds. Maya replied evasively, but her focus remained tactical. Through Dr. Williams's office phone, they received updates. Shooter identified in South Quad, moving towards Social Sciences building. Multiple casualties reported. Maya's expression hardened. The threat was coming to them. We need to evacuate, she announced. This building is becoming the target zone. I'm going to lead you out through the north stairwell. Maya, that's not protocol, Dr. Williams protested. We're supposed to shelter in place. Standard protocol doesn't account for tactical movement patterns. Maya replied, trust me. Maya's evacuation plan was flawless. She led 32 students through corridors with the precision of a federal agent, avoiding main hallways, using service routes, maintaining constant situational awareness. Stay low, stay quiet, follow exactly in my path, she instructed. If I signal to stop, you freeze immediately. As they moved through the building, other students and faculty watched in amazement. Maya moved like she owned the building, like she had trained for exactly this scenario. Campus Security Officer James Sullivan spotted the group. Students, you need to return to lockdown positions. Officer Sullivan, Maya replied with authority. This evacuation route is safer than static positioning. The shooter is advancing on lecture hall sectors. Sullivan stared at her. How do you know tactical terminology? Instead of answering, Maya continued leading the group toward the exit. Her confidence and expertise were undeniable. As Maya's group approached the north exit, they heard gunshots from the building's main corridor. The shooter was inside the Social Sciences building. Maya immediately positioned herself between the threat and her classmates. Everyone behind me. Dr. Williams, call 911 and report our exact location. Through the corridor window, Maya spotted the gunman, a young man in dark clothing, carrying a semi-automatic weapon, moving methodically through the hallway. Maya's training took over completely. She assessed the threat, calculated angles, and positioned the group for maximum protection. Maya, Jessica whispered, you're acting like you're trained for this. Maya didn't respond. She was tracking the shooter's movement pattern, predicting his next position, formulating tactical responses. When campus police finally arrived, they found Maya coordinating with their tactical team like a fellow professional. Who's in charge of this group? Asked Sergeant Rodriguez. Maya Rodriguez, student Dr. Williams answered. But Sergeant Rodriguez was watching Maya's positioning, her communication style, her tactical awareness. Ma'am, what's your law enforcement background? After the shooter was apprehended and the campus was secured, Maya found herself in the campus security office answering questions. All 32 students from her class had been evacuated safely, and her tactical decisions had potentially saved dozens of lives. Maya, Dr. Williams said quietly, I need to understand what happened today. You didn't act like a student, you acted like federal law enforcement. Maya looked around the room. Campus security, local police, FBI agents who had arrived to investigate. She made a decision that would change everything. Dr. Williams, my real name is Agent Maya Cross, former FBI Academy. Withdrew from the program 3 years ago, after family tragedy. The room went silent. Campus Security Chief Patricia Martinez spoke first. "You're saying you're trained FBI?" "Trained, yes. Never commissioned. I left the program before graduation." Special Agent Jennifer Walsh, who had arrived with the FBI response team, checked her database. Maya Cross, Quantico Academy, 2021 to 2023. Withdrawn voluntarily. All training classified. Dr. Williams stared at Maya. "You've been attending my criminal psychology classes as a former FBI trainee." "I wanted to finish my education," Maya replied simply. "I thought that part of my life was over." News of Maya's heroic leadership spread quickly through Northwestern's campus. "Student saves 32 lives, using FBI training," became the headline that defined the incident. Maya tried to return to normal student life, but everything had changed. Students approached her differently. Professors treated her like a colleague rather than a student. Campus security consulted her on protocol improvements. "Maya," Jessica said one evening in their apartment, "why didn't you ever tell me?" "Because I wasn't Agent Cross anymore. I was just Maya, trying to heal and move forward. But today, you were Agent Cross again." Maya nodded slowly. "I never stopped being her. I just tried to forget." 2 weeks after the campus shooting, Maya received a call from Special Agent Walsh. "Maya, the Bureau would like to speak with you about completion of your academy training." "I'm not ready to return to that life," Maya replied. "What if that life came to you?" Northwestern has requested a campus security consultant, someone with federal training who understands academic environments. Maya considered this. Part-time basis, complete your degree, work with campus security, maintain FBI consultant status, help schools across the country improve their emergency response protocols. 6 months later, Maya Rodriguez had officially become Maya Cross again, but on her own terms. She finished her psychology degree, while working as Northwestern's security consultant, developing emergency response protocols for universities nationwide. Her first major assignment was creating active shooter response training for college campuses, training that combined her FBI expertise with her understanding of student psychology. The key, Maya would tell campus security teams, is preparing students to think clearly under pressure. Panic is the enemy, not just the threat. 1 year after the shooting, Maya was invited to speak at Northwestern's graduation ceremony. Standing before 2,000 graduates and families, she reflected on her journey. "Sometimes life takes us away from our intended path," she told the audience. "But sometimes, that detour leads us exactly where we're meant to be." After the ceremony, Dr. Williams approached. "Maya, I have students asking about your career path. How does someone become both FBI trained and a college graduate?" Maya smiled. "You survive tragedy, you find strength in service, and you learn that some paths never really end, they just evolve." Today, Agent Maya Cross works with universities across the country, improving campus safety while completing her doctorate in psychology. She has helped develop emergency response protocols now used by over 200 colleges nationwide. The 32 students from Lecture Hall B still stay in touch. They call themselves Maya's Angels, and credit her with saving their lives through quick thinking and hidden expertise. Maya's story reminds us that heroism often comes from unexpected places. Sometimes the most prepared person in the room is the one you'd least suspect, and sometimes, the skills that once defined us become the tools we use to protect others, even when we thought we'd left that life behind. The college student who revealed FBI training teaches us that our past experiences, even painful ones, can become our greatest strengths when others need us most. This story was brought to you by Hidden Hero Stories. If you know someone who carries extraordinary skills in ordinary places, share their story in the comments. Subscribe to honor those who serve others, whether in FBI training or college classrooms, and help keep these incredible stories alive.